Let me start off this video by saying I have nothing against Travon Walker. I think he's a really good player. I think he's going in the top 10. But Travon Walker is undeniably overhyped. And in this video, we're going to break down Travon Walker, the film, his production, and why he's being overhyped. Travon Walker is an extremely athletic player who has great size, but he's a bull rusher. His primary move is the bull rush, just trying to get under the pads and then using his hands to try to move the tackle, as you could see in some of the film breakdown against Evan Neal, who's a top edge or who's a top tackle. And this move doesn't work as often against guys like Evan Neal, and there are a lot of Evan Neals in the NFL, a lot of good tackles. And also, when you're watching him, he does show a lack of like extreme bend, even though he's a great athlete. He doesn't have a good repertoire of pass rush moves. He kind of does the basics of just swim, rip, and then bull rush, which he uses the most. But the main reason why his production was inhibited was because of the Georgia defense. Georgia ran a tight front defense, and they also ran a 3-4, so he would either play on the outside or he would be a 3-4 defensive end. This probably didn't suit him the best, as he doesn't fit the greatest into that. The best way to use him would probably be in an outside scheme, maybe in a wide 9 formation, play him at the 5 tech, and basically try to use his athleticism to his advantage and to kind of hide that disadvantage with his pass rushing moves, trying to get around the edge as fast as possible. That would probably help his production a lot more. And also, when I say that he's not the greatest off the edge, it's not that he's the best, or it's not that he's the worst off the edge. He's just not Aiden Hutchinson or Kayvon Thibodeau. Undeniably, the reason why he's getting so much hype is because of the combine. At the combine, he ran a 4.51. His relative athletic score was a 9.99. He has excellent size at 6'5", 272 pounds. Guys like that don't really run at 5 or at 4.51 speed, and also tested extremely well. And his pro day is not out yet, but he will do linebacker drills and defensive end drills. Other than the bull rush, his most effective ability is his lateral quickness. As you see in this clip, he's almost stopping on a dime, and I'm pretty sure his time for this drill was extremely good. And for a guy that's 270, 6'5", really hard to move like this. I mean, you see guys like Aaron Donald have similar abilities where they're kind of overlooked during the season, and then they have an excellent combine, and then they automatically blow up mock drafts and become top 15 picks. Now, originally, he wasn't thought of as a top 10 pick after or before the combine. He was thought as a mid-round pick, being on a Georgia defense where he wasn't as productive as guys like Deontay Wyatt, guys like Nakobe Dean, and most viewed him as a raw athletic talent who, if in the right system, would be very good as a outside 3-4 linebacker who can play in space, who can cover a little bit, but overall play a far edge position and then come in like a rocket, which was what something like Micah Parsons did, something like Chandler Jones earlier in his career, which is one of Travon Walker's player comps. Travon Walker finished the 2021 season with 6 sacks, 9 quarterback hits, and 20 hurries. He also finished the year for PFF with a 71.4 grade, which is good. He also played well over 1,000 snaps for the Georgia defense in the last year. Now, the main point that I want to show is the snap alignment. As I mentioned earlier in the video, Georgia runs a weird defense. They move pieces around, they play different personnels, but overall, they play a main 3-4 defense. Looking at his snap count, I want to focus on 2021. He played 366 snaps at outside tackle, and then he played 97 in the over tackle, and then in the B gap, which is around the 5 tech, the 3 tech area, he played 105 snaps. But he also played 11 snaps in the A gap, which is where the defensive tackles are, where the nose tackles are, and then he played 17 off-ball snaps. Now, we've seen linebackers do this more often nowadays. Guys like Micah Parsons at Penn State played a little bit like this. So this is showing off that he has not only versatility at outside linebacker, but he can play a little bit in the A gap. He can play off-ball. He can play over tackle. Mixed with his athletic traits, we could see him have a really good NFL career. Someone like Chandler Jones, who got better as time went on, and as he got a lot better with his technique, and as he went through the repetitions. After the combine and the hype, he has gotten moved up a lot in mock drafts. From WinBet and from other betting sites, he has now the second favorite option to be the #1 overall pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars. In other mock drafts from Mercedes Jones-Drew, who was an ex-Jacksonville Jaguar, and Daniel Jeremiah, he goes high as #1 overall and even #2 overall to the Lions. Now, even though both these teams are edge-needy teams and probably will take edge in the draft, but I can't really find a good reason why he should go ahead of Kayvon Thibodeau, why he should go ahead of Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, those guys have just as much potential and had more production and have more edge rusher ability than Travon Walker at college. Looking at this chart, which is where the consensus, where the mock drafts really lean to take him, you could see that from December all the way to March, he's gone from a second-round pick to a mid-round pick, all the way to a top 10 pick in most mock drafts. Now, do I think he's going to go top 10? Absolutely. I think he's going to go somewhere around the 5 to 10 range, but I don't think that he should be taken within the top 3. Mixed with his relatively low production, lack of a lot of pass rush moves, him being really hyped from the combine, I think that he is still overhyped. But let me know your thoughts about Travon Walker. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.